May it please the court? Members of the jury, good evening. For purposes of today's trial, it will be May 15th of 2011, and the events we'll be speaking about are in February of 2011. The facts are the facts in this case and cannot be disputed. The facts show that the defendant, Chris Hall, was found to knowingly have meth in her backpack on February 28th of 2011. There is no question that it was meth. The lab report is clear. There's no question that it was her backpack. It had her schedule, her books, and her name written in indelible ink in it. In her senior year of high school, Chris Hall was maintaining a 4.5 GPA, a score of 33 on her ACT, and was the starting point guard of her high school basketball team. She was on the fast track to becoming valedictorian with just one other student, Taylor Jennings, who was equally as studious as her competition. Chris Hall was also likely to lead her basketball team to their first state title in years. Yet, principal of Truman High, Kelly Norris, noticed that Chris Hall had been dragging a bit and told her that it was important not to cut corners. Even Chris Hall's basketball coach and teacher, Lita Vani, will testify that Chris Hall was burning the candle at both ends and looking a bit run down. But whenever it came to using drugs, Chris Hall has been no stranger. She will admit to turning to creatine for help with basketball. She will admit to using caffeine to help her stay awake. But when those two drugs couldn't help her anymore, she looked to something else. This is when Chris Hall started using meth, a drug that allowed her to keep up with her busy schedule. The facts are the facts in this case and cannot be changed. Officer Pat Down found an unknown substance in Chris Hall's backpack. He field tested it and found that it was meth. Officer Down then sent him to the lab reports where they tested it again as meth. But whenever Chris Hall was asked about what was found in her backpack, her simple reply was, "Not me," pushing the blame onto someone else. The facts are the facts in this case. At the end of this trial, my co-counsel, Cheyenne Clark, will speak to you. She will remind you that possession of an illegal substance in the state of Missouri is a crime, and that the facts are the facts and cannot be disputed. She will ask you to render the only verdict supported by the facts, a verdict that Chris Hall is guilty of the knowing possession of methamphetamine.